Hey, this is Caroline, the ghostwriter for live entertainment industry executives, helping them build their personal brands on LinkedIn, which, by the way, I get to do from here. So this was an interesting week in the business because I flew from Europe to Australia for a family event, and this really threw me work-wise. It's the first time since I started my business that I've done a really big long haul and time change. So first off, there's obviously how long it takes to get there, about 24 hours. The second is the crazy jet lag. The third is having to now work in Australian time zone. With most of my clients being on the North American side or the European side, it meant I had to reshuffle a lot and do some very early wake-ups to do client calls. So that's been an interesting process to figure out how I can run my business and do a great job for my clients, but also traveling to the other side of the world and having to deal with all the complexities that come with that. So it's good to go through it because now I know when I need to do that again, I'll know how to better prepare for it and better set myself up for success, not only for me, but for my clients. And I signed a new client this week. So that's another exciting update for the business. An executive in live entertainment, as most of my clients are. Tomorrow, he's gone through the onboarding experience that I've presented to him. And then tomorrow we do our very first ghostwriting call. And on that call, we really dig into his origin story. This is always where I start with all my clients. And so I'm really looking forward to getting to know him, getting to know where he came from, how he got to the position that he is in now in the industry. Next up, a client win. One of my clients just forwarded me an email. He has been invited to speak, and they specifically referenced one of the first LinkedIn posts that we wrote together, and that was really on his mission. What is his mission right now as an executive in the industry, and what he truly believes and where he would like to see the industry go. That's a typical post that we always do at the start, just like the origin story post. And so the fact that they referenced that post as the post that really stood out to them, why they wanted to get him to come speak on stage, was amazing, and just goes to show that having that strategy, working with a ghostwriter, for example, with me, that there is a strategy in place, and those are the kind of posts that get seen by the right people. And finally, a tip for LinkedIn for you to help you grow your personal brand. This tip is inspired by my trip from one end of the world to the other this week, but it is to create at least a couple of posts a month that are just documenting what you're doing, your lifestyle. I think sometimes on LinkedIn, we feel like we always have to write a professional post and make sure there's 3 lessons I learned when traveling from Europe to Australia. But I just don't think it's necessary. As an executive, you're in a very high position, and you're probably already sharing a bunch of stuff about the company you work for or the things you're doing in the company. So adding some lifestyle posts, family posts, what you're getting up to on the weekend can really help break up those professional posts and inject a little bit of personality into the story you are telling on LinkedIn. So you may not think it's interesting to you, but give it a go. Pick something up that you're doing this weekend. Take a natural picture. Don't use a stock image. Don't use a professional picture or a highly edited picture. And just write a post about your experience. And you'll be surprised at how many people connect with that kind of content. You don't want to do that every single day. You don't want that to be the core of your content. But it is a great way to inject just a little bit of you, your personality, your personal life into your month-long content strategy. So if you do that, tag me or forward it to me. I would love to see it. And that's it for this week. Have an amazing week. Hopefully next week there will be footage of at least one kangaroo. There are definitely kangaroos that live in this area. So that is my goal for next week's weekly recap, to include at least one short clip of a kangaroo for you all. So I will see you next week. Ciao.